Today, I'm going to talk about the focus on abstract ideas and why it is bad for freedom. In the previous decade, we saw the rise of a morally authoritarian brand of activism rooted in postmodern critical theories. This brand of activism attempted to push the largely popular and successful tradition of reformist liberalism aside, justified not by objective reality but by their philosophical commitments only. This was a disaster from both the perspective of freedom itself, seen in the rise of cancel culture and its chilling effects on free speech and rational discussion of issues, as well as from the perspective of social justice, because it allowed the rise of a reactionary and equally morally authoritarian post-liberal right. Left-wing moral authoritarianism has led to right-wing moral authoritarianism, and the result is a double dose of unfreedom, as well as a lot of culture war tribalism. The problem of trusting abstract ideas in philosophy to solve society's problems might be most clearly seen in the case of the forced application of postmodern critical theories. But this is actually a long-standing problem, particularly in so-called progressive circles. The endless arguments about whether particular ideas are progressive, feminist, and so on are a reflection of the obsession with the abstract. And such arguments at least imply that some ideas should be taboo in progressive circles, which is a highly morally authoritarian position to take. It was against this situation that I began writing about moral libertarianism. Remember, this was the case even before postmodernism became mainstream. As I often say in reply to these debates, how about we just have more compassion for everyone? Of course, the problem is not limited to the left either. 20th century fusionism basically promoted a radical, abstract theory over reality economic policy, while tying it in a package with reactionary cultural politics to make it sound conservative when it was actually anything but conservative going by the Burkean view. Another important point to note is that the abstract opposition to abstract ideas can be just as bad for freedom too. In force-fitting all kinds of observed phenomena into the abstract idea to be opposed, the nuances and complexities of reality are ignored, and the need for careful consideration of all sides of an issue is reflexively rejected. The result is a refusal to deal with reality as it really is, caused by the obsession with opposing an abstract idea in an abstract way. A good example of this is how the anti-woke movement went from being very morally libertarian to being gradually hijacked by ideological, morally authoritarian culture warriors.